Well, intrepid viewers, it seems we can't leave the Kavanagh story alone, can we really? He shot himself in the foot. He had at least 3 bullets. He's lied. He's been a very naughty boy. And it looks like he could be done for perjury. So, have to look again. I'm going to look at his wife, going to look at the marriage, and another little look-see at the FBI. I think the FBI is getting very sick of being told what to do. And this keeps happening. You know, this sleazebag, degenerate POTUS insists that the FBI and the Department of Justice are his little fiefdoms. No, they're actually independent agencies, pet. You know, I mean, really. And so I think they're starting to bristle. They'll live with the time frame, but they're starting to bristle at being told who they can and cannot speak to. And this thing is growing, not going away. Huh? So we best have a look. He lied by saying he only got into Yale through hard work. He did nothing but study, night and day. Nothing. No, his grandfather went there. He's a legacy student. Lie. Has he ever helped another judge, etc., etc.? And there was the whole thing about Pickering, 2006, a segregationist from Alabama or Mississippi or somewhere. Now the email trail has been found that shows he in fact supported him all the way and did it in a corrupt way. So his little porcupine lies are catching up with him. So let's have a look. I'm going to do 3 cards for him and 3 cards for the long-suffering wife. Well, she married him. I'm sorry. I might be a cynical hag, viewers. Please forgive me. But these women choose these men. 5 minutes in his company and you would go belligerent pig with a drinking problem, would you not? Anyone with any radar whatsoever. But she married him. Okay, but anyway, let's have a look. I don't think she realised the creature that she did marry. In fairness to her, I think with the pursed lips, we will see. So, right now, here and now, what's Brett Kavanaugh's headspace? Have a little look. Yes, well, and his wife's headspace. I'll give her an extra shuffle. Kavanaugh's wife. Kavanaugh's wife. Now, we've got a lot to cover in this reading, viewers, so we'll just move along. Yes, I'm not surprised. Yes, how ironic. Okay. All right. This is what we've got. The top for him. This is the top deck. Sorry, that's my phone. I shall have to pause this. Okay, Kavanaugh's very first card, his overriding card, debauchery. This is the Toth deck for those who are interested. And look at it, just dribbling. He's a mess. And what he's up against is the debauchery of his youth. And the problem is, for him, if he wasn't such an ardent pretend Christian, it would have just been a night out with the boys. But he's the one who sells himself as this, you know, perfect Christian student who became the perfect Christian husband. We'll find out about that in a moment. Yes, okay. All right, so he gets debauchery. Then the Four of Wands falling short. In the Toth deck, it's a cycle of completion. So he has finished one cycle and that would be life as we know it and life as he knows it. This is not looking good for him. He's round up. And oppression. I think he has been so oppressive as a person if you were in his power or in his thrall, and now it's turning around. He is completely oppressed by this. The Ten of Wands, the Martyr card. So he sees himself as hard done by. He takes no responsibility for this. None. Okay, so what's going on for his wife? Well, she gets the card of power, but it's very mechanistic power. I suspect she was under his power, but I think this whole business has been a revelation to her. I suspect she thought a few things in his various stories didn't add up, but she wanted to believe she'd married this good guy who was going to be a pillar of society. Okay, and she didn't want to look at it, and now she's paying the price. I think she's not so much worried as angry. She is very angry, and you can't entirely blame her. And then this is the card in the Thoth deck, the Ten of Cups, which is that hard to pronounce satiety. She's had enough. She's more than satiated with his stories and his lies. This is all about his lies. And if you look at the relationship, see how with his card of debauchery, it's all sort of dripping out there. And this is the same. She's absolutely fed up. This has made a lot of sense to a lot of the lies, and I think she's furious with herself as much as him. She's strong. She gets the Strength card. Now, because the Thoth deck are a bit of the imagery of the Thoth is a bit obsessed with sex, it's called lust in the Thoth deck, but I don't see it as lust in the sense of the debauchery card, which he got. But there is a deep animal strength about her that she needs to tap into to survive. I think she'll take the girls and go. I don't think that'll happen straight away, but I think as the walls close in for Kavanagh, she will quietly do that. She won't make a song and dance. She'll just pack those bags and slam the lids. I think he's in deep shit. Deep shit. Deep shit. I think there'll be perjury charges afoot. So if you want to know more about that, it involves Pickering, his name is, and I think it goes back to 2006. Okay, so now I think that means too, I'm not sure, viewers, you've been so good at filling me in on a lot of these things. That goes back to 2006, and if he perjured himself at his original nomination, I think that means he can't actually continue being a judge, let alone a SCOTUS. So I think it's really the end of his career. But this takes a little while to play out. Don't forget all the legals. You know, this is not something that's going to play out on Friday. This is something that will play out over the next, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so. But I had a feeling, had to do the reading, and he is Cactus. So now, I promised I'd start doing some of these state challenges that are coming up on November 6th. And yet another marvellous viewer named the states for me. There's 6 or 7 states that are really essential for the Senate, and I'll be starting with one of those tonight. I see quite a few of you have picked up on this idea of not having these massive sums of money involved with these elections. And one viewer suggested, I think this is a great idea. PBS, that's the national public broadcaster, they should all get the same amount of time on PBS and make their case. No money. What a good idea. Yeah. So, anyway, moving on from there. Oh, this one is going to be Missouri. And all I know about Missouri is the Democrat is Claire McCaskill and the GOP guy is Josh Hawley. So I'm going to enjoy doing these ones when I don't know anything about what's going on. I don't know any of the local state issues. I don't know the candidates. I don't have an opinion. So you'll be seeing Lena the reader without all this sort of huge background stuff that we can't avoid in the other issues. So let's see what's happening in Missouri. Missouri. All right. Her cards are quite nice. But so are his. Oh, it's like the opposite of the Nevada reading where they both got those shocking readings. This time, both candidates have these really nice cards. So that's sort of weird. Okay. But her first card is success. All right. All right. She then gets, oh, I should explain a bit more about that. Success in the toss deck, the 6 of discs, or pentacles in the conventional decks, the quid pro quo cards. So she's made deals before. Is she the incumbent? Can someone let me know? Because the feeling I get is that she's the one who's already there fighting him off. She might have dropped the ball. She gets the 8 of Cups here. In the toss deck, it's described as indolence or laziness a bit. It's generally a good news card, but she might have taken her eye off the ball, not at the moment, but leading into this. So that might have allowed him to get some mileage. I have a feeling he might have crept up a bit there. And the reason I think that is she also gets the 6 of Cups, which is nostalgia in the past. So although she starts with the luminous success, and I hope for her sake that that is meaningful, it could be that she's had success and stuff. So she has to be careful and she has to work hard. So in a way, it's almost more important what his cards say, in the sense if she is the incumbent, if he'll be toppling her. I could be wrong about that because, like I said, viewers, these are not states I'm familiar with. Okay, the 3 of Wands, group work, but it can also be dark money. But it is group work, and it's also making connections, lots of connections. So he is networking his butt off. He also is getting favourable connections with people of all races, which people didn't really expect. Okay, because he gets the Lover's card, if you have a look at the Toth deck. And I don't think it's talking about his private life. Then there's the Knight of Cups, which is an opportunity for him. What's his name? Josh Hawley. Ooh. Is he a Trump man? I think he might be. I think I did see that in the email requesting this. Ooh. Not liking that. So let's just put those back and just ask one more time. We'll put it differently. Will Josh Hawley win? No. Okay, let's have a look. Like I said, they both had okay cards. Hers weren't terrible, his weren't terrible. But his just looked a bit more favourable. So let's have a look. Will Josh Hawley win? Missouri. Josh Hawley, Missouri. Oops. Don't count those because a pile fell out. It was just bad shuffling, viewers. Oh, he gets the victory card. Hate that. Hope I'm wrong. Sometimes it's really good to be wrong. Okay, so please keep the comments flowing. I love your comments. You guys are so smart. Thanks heaps. All the best and see you soon. Bye.